Folks, in my 20 years in this league, I've seen a lot of blockbuster moves, shocking trades, and game-changing signings. But I can tell you right now, what I'm about to lay out for you isn't just another rumor. It's something that could redefine the entire landscape of the NFL in 2026. I'm talking about a move so colossal, so seismic, that it's kept under wraps even from most insiders. Something that, if it happens, would send shockwaves through every corner of the league. And I guarantee you, everything I'm about to reveal is backed by sources that are whispering about a secret so explosive, so game-altering, that only a select few are aware of it right now. Stay with me because what's coming is bigger than you've imagined. If you think you know the NFL, think again. The next few minutes could change your entire perspective on what's about to happen in Detroit, Cincinnati, and beyond. But remember, only those who are truly in the know will catch the full scope of this. So buckle up, because what I'm about to tell you might just be the biggest secret the NFL has been hiding in plain sight. Now, before I drop the full story, here's the command. If you're one of those fans who lives for inside info, who craves the truth behind the speculation, then smash that subscribe button, hit the like, and activate the bell, because you won't want to miss what I'm about to unveil. There's a clear divide in this game, those who follow the headlines and those who follow the insiders. And today, you're about to step into the inner circle. Let's get into it. I'm talking about a trade that could reshape the NFL's power structure, centered around a name you've heard before but never quite like this. Meet B.J. Hill, the same B.J. Hill who, as of January 27, 2026, remains a Cincinnati Bengal. But what if I told you that this veteran, a key interior disruptor, has a secret agenda? That behind the scenes, there's a plan, something so ambitious, so audacious, that only a few are discussing publicly. And that plan involves one of the most storied franchises in the league, the Detroit Lions. But let me backtrack a little, because to understand the magnitude of this move, you need to know everything about the star in question. Bobby Jean Hill Jr., known as BJ, is a 30-year-old defensive tackle, a proven veteran with a formidable skill set. He stands at 6'3", weighing in at 311 pounds of pure muscle, and has been a key cog in the Bengals' defensive machine since he was traded from the Giants back in 2021. You remember that trade, right? When Cincinnati snatched a player with a nose for disruption and a motor that never quits. Since then, Hill has been a pillar inside, an anchor against the run, a disruptor on third down, and yes, a player who's quietly amassed over 700 snaps in each of the last 2 seasons, with 66 tackles, including 29 solo and 4 sacks in 2025 alone. He's not just a rotational piece, he's a core player, someone who makes a difference when it counts most. Yet the financials tell a different story. He signed a 3-year, $33 million extension in March 2025, with $16 million guaranteed, keeping him under contract through 2027. But here's the twist. The Bengals have an out after the 2025 season with a dead cap of only $7 million. That means they're in a prime position to cut and save cap space, especially as they eye other key players like T. Higgins and Joe Mixon. And yet the whispers say there's a higher plan, one that involves reshaping the entire line, and it's linked to Detroit. Now let's talk Detroit. Why Detroit? Why now? The Lions finished an inconsistent 2025 at 9-8, missing the playoffs for the first time in 3 years, despite their breakthrough 2024 season. But behind the scenes, Dan Campbell has been building something special. The culture is in place. The young core of Hutchinson, Sewell, and Laporta is blossoming, and the team's management is eyeing a true championship window. And here's the kicker. Inside sources tell me that Detroit's brain trust has had their eyes on interior defensive line upgrades all season. They've studied film, analyzed advanced metrics, and most importantly, they've been waiting for the right player and the right moment. A player like B.J. Hill. Because, folks, Hill isn't just a stopgap. He's a strategic move to elevate Detroit's defense from good to elite. From film study, I can tell you that Hill's game film is pure chaos for offensive linemen. His explosive get-off, combined with a relentless motor, makes him a nightmare on third and long. His ability to collapse the pocket, combined with his stout run-stopping, makes him the perfect fit for the Lions' aggressive scheme. And the analytics support this. His win rate against blocks, his disruption metrics, and his pressure rates all point to a player who's still ascending, with plenty of prime years ahead. But it's not just film and stats. Inside whispers suggest that Detroit's ownership and front office view Hill as a missing piece, the final puzzle piece to turn a talented defense into a historically dominant one. They see him as the kind of player who can influence games from the inside, freeing up Aiden Hutchinson and James Houston to pin their ears back and wreak havoc. So here's the million-dollar question. How does this deal get done? And why now? Well, considering Cincinnati's potential cap maneuvering, a trade makes sense. They're in a good position to move Hill for draft picks or young players, especially if they want to clear space or retool. The Lions, sitting with a strong cap structure and a desire to push for a Super Bowl sooner rather than later, can offer a package that includes a high draft pick, possibly a first-rounder or a premium young player, along with some mid-round selections. The trade mechanics are intricate, but not impossible. Cincinnati could absorb some of Hill's remaining contract as part of the deal or negotiate a restructured deal to make the numbers add up. The Lions have shown they're not afraid to part with future assets if it means winning now. And the Bengals? They might see this as an opportunity to get a top-tier pick and accelerate their rebuild, especially if they're eyeing a new direction elsewhere. From a salary cap perspective, this trade would require some gymnastics. Cincinnati might absorb some of Hill's remaining salary, or they could do a cash-and-carry deal, adding a player or draft pick to offset the cap impact. Detroit, with their current space, can make the numbers work quite comfortably, especially if they include some mid-round picks or players with manageable contracts. Now, what's the real impact? We're talking about a game-changer inside, a true disruptor who can elevate Detroit's defensive line from solid to unbeatable. Imagine a front four featuring Hutchinson, DJ Reader, and now Hill. It's a nightmare for offenses. The offensive lines of the NFL better watch out. And don't forget, Hill's leadership qualities are often overlooked. He's a veteran voice in Cincinnati's locker room, someone who commands respect from younger players. That cultural element? Priceless for a team like Detroit, which is building a championship mindset. But it's not just about the on-field impact. This move signals a shift in the league's power dynamics. Detroit, historically considered a middle-of-the-road franchise, is positioning itself as a true contender. The NFL powers that be are watching, and some of them are quietly already evaluating how this could change the landscape. Rumor has it that the league office has been in discreet conversations with Detroit's ownership, gauging their confidence to become a true dynasty. Now, as for the timeline. If this deal is real, and I believe it is, watch for the trade to be announced in the early days of free agency, right after the NFL Combine. That's when deals like this tend to surface, with team strategies laid out and negotiations finalized. The window of opportunity isn't long. Cincinnati wants options, Detroit wants to act fast, and with a league that's always hungry for the next blockbuster, this could be the most talked-about move of 2026. As I wrap up, the stakes couldn't be higher. We're talking about a potential game-changing player, a team that's on the cusp, and a league in constant flux. This isn't just a trade, it's a statement. It's a declaration that Detroit is back and they're here to stay. And if this move goes through, you better believe every other team in the league will start scrambling to keep up. So stay tuned, stay sharp, and keep your eyes peeled, because I promise you what's coming in the next few weeks could be the most electrifying chapter in NFL history since the 2000s. And remember, the real insiders don't blink. They wait for the big reveals, and this one. It's just getting started.